Good day, class! So before we begin our class for the day, let us have first a home reminders. Number 1, eat balanced diet and on time. Vegetables, fish, and fruits are always best. Number 2, drink plenty of water. Number 3, wash your hands properly. Number 4, participate in household activities. Keep your room clean and orderly. Number 5, take time to have a little physical exercise like jogging, brisk walking, running, and etc. with any member of the family. Number 6, connect with your friends and classmates. Number 7, plan your day, balance learning, play, and prayer and reflection time. Number 8, keep safe always, especially when you go out. Number 9, continue to practice waste segregation. And lastly, number 10, be updated on current events. Trust only credible sources of news and information. As to have a smooth learning, there are some expectations from you as a student. You are expected to, first, read everything carefully and thoroughly. Number 2, always follow the instructions. Number 3, finish each activity before proceeding to the next. Number 4, take down notes using note-taking strategy used in the module. Process questions will always be asked to check your understanding. Number 5, use a dictionary to look up the meaning of the unfamiliar words. Number 6, maximize your learning resources to help you work more efficiently and to enhance your learning. Number 7, consult your teacher if you need to clarify or verify something about an activity. Number 8, follow the schedule of the activities, remind yourself of deadlines, read in advance when necessary. And number 9, find time to relax and take a break. And lastly, have fun learning! To record your attendance for today, just comment present in our FB Live today. Okay, to formally start, let us first have our objectives for our discussion for today. Okay, at the end of this 60-minute period, 100% of the student should be able to attain at least 75% level in proficiency in number 1, describing and defining the different organelles of a cell. Number 2, explain why cell is considered as the basic, structural, and functional unit of life. And lastly, differentiate plant cell and animal cell according to the presence and absence of certain organelles. Okay, before we proceed to our next lesson for today, let us first have a recap of our discussion by doing this game entitled as 4 Pigs 1. Are you ready? Okay, let's start. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to identify the word or the hidden word in each pictures. So, your hint will be the 4 pictures in the slides. So, I'm going to check your answer. Just comment down below your answer on our FB Live. So, I'm going to check who among you get the correct answers. Okay? So, let's start. Okay, now, answer number 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see who get the correct answer on our FB Live. Okay, most of you get the correct answer. And the correct answer is, yes, very good. We have atom. Next. Okay, now guess this number 2. 5, Joshua, get the correct answer. Patricia also. Hermie also. Okay, most of you get the correct answer. The correct answer is molecule. Very good. Next, okay, number 3. Again, yes, the hidden word. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see who get the correct answer. Okay. Luna get the correct answer together with Joshua again, Patricia, and so I'm not going to mention everybody, so I'm just going to look if you answer it correctly. Okay, I think most of you get the correct answer. The correct answer is, we have cell. Very good. Correct answer is cell. Next pictures are, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's see. I think 75 or 85% got the correct answer. The correct answer is, it's tissue. Very good. Okay, last we have these pictures. Okay. The correct answer is, it's organism. Very good. Okay, most of you got the correct answers. Okay. Okay, very good. So it seems that you already mastered our discussion last meeting, which is the biological organization and the different levels of organization. So let's proceed now to our main topic, which is later on will be discussed. Okay class, we're done reviewing our previous topic. For now, we're going to watch a video that is related to our new topic for today. Your task will be you're going to write every important words that you will encounter to this video.
Listen up, 7th graders, let's talk about the cell. We'll walk you through every part so that you know it well. Up first, let's take history and do a quick zoom. The word cell is Latin for a little room. Robert Hooke discovered cells in 1665 and told us it's a fundamental unit of life. First, let's look what's outside the cell. A group of cells make a tissue. Then many tissues get close to form an organ and add to the issue. The organs decide to join collectively, a system they form. And when many systems collect, they make an organism as a norm. A cell in you and a cell in me. It's the coolest thing, man, you gotta agree. It's the smallest unit, and yet the most vital too. If it didn't exist, neither would me nor you. Looking within the cell, many things dwell. It's like a whole body with many parts to tell. Let's go slowly from out to in. The best place to start, therefore, is the outer skin. A plasma membrane covers the cell. It's made of lipids and proteins. It acts like the membrane lets oxygen and nutrients enter, while letting CO2 and waste thrown out. It holds a fluid called cytoplasm, which is vital for the cell's good health. And that's a fact, not sarcasm. Floating in this liquid are organelle. All have a purpose, let me list and tell. At the heart is the nucleus, causing cell productivity. It also contains information about the cell's heredity. And if you think this information's a lot, wait till you see how much more I've got. A cell in you, and a cell in me. It's the coolest thing, man, you gotta agree. It's the smallest unit, and yet the most vital too. If it didn't exist, neither would me nor you. Highly folded, making a rod shape is the mitochondria. It's the energy powerhouse and the site of respiration. And though it's binary fission, maybe you can fill up a nation. nutrition. Now let's talk about storage stacks. They store solids, liquids, waste and all that, small in animals but big in a plant cell. We call them vacuoles. Now remember them well. Endoplasmic reticulum is actually longer than its name. Highway network of the cell is their fame. Their surface can be smooth and the smooth ones produce lipids, or they can be rough with ribosomes to blame. Rough ones make proteins through biogenesis, build the cell membrane. A cell in you and a cell in me, it's the coolest thing, man, you gotta agree. It's the smallest unit and yet the most vital too. If it didn't exist, neither would me nor you. Golgi bodies are like flat pouches in stacks. It mixes proteins and chemicals and fall like vesicles. Transports all these as packs. It also builds lysosomes that releases enzymes to help digestion. Lysos are also called suicide bags, digesting damaged organelles with aggression. Let's not forget the construction crew who build proteins and cells. They are called ribosomes, which are not chromosomes. That makes you different from me, taking DNA from your parents and pass you those genes. See? Overall, there are two types of cells, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. EU as in you, did that ring a bell? The pro is prehistoric like bacteria and lacks a nuclear membrane, but the eukaryotic has one, as it's in plants, animals and humans, so it's in you, head to your brain. That's the end of the cell song, the best results just sing along. That's the end of the cell song, all you gotta do is sing along. That's the end of the cell song, all you gotta do is sing along.
Okay, for me to check if you really got the important words in the video, kindly comment down them below on our FB Live today. So I'm going to check whether you got the important words, whether you got the important informations on the video. Okay, let's see. Okay, Joshua wrote that nucleus is the control center of the cell. Okay, very good. We have again mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell according to Patricia. And the same time, according to Lab High, it is vesicle. Vesicle is the one who delivers. Okay, the one who delivers the different nutrients in the cell. Okay, very good. Cytoplasm, cell membrane, ribosomes, Robert Hooke. Okay, very good. Vacuole. Okay, so based on the information that you have commented in our FB Live, so those words are basically important to our topic for today. Why? Because the focus of our topic for today will be the cell, which is specifically the plant cell and the animal cell. Now, for us to really understand what is a plant cell and what is an animal cell, let's have now watch another video. This is the discussion of the whole topic. So I want you to listen carefully and also take down notes, some important discussion in this video. Okay? Because basically after this video, we're going to have another activity, which is you're going to identify the different functions of a cell.
Hi there! In the previous lesson, we talked about the levels of biological organization. In this video, we will discuss about the first level of biological organization, which is the cell. By the way, if you still haven't watched the previous lesson, you can pause this video and watch that one first to better understand our lesson today. We learned that a microscope enables us to see small things because of its ability to magnify. The first person to observe cells as microscopic structures was the British scientist Robert Hooke. In fact, he was the person who gave cells their name. When Robert Hooke carefully examined a very thin slice of cork, he thought the close-up view resembled small empty rooms. He referred to these tiny rooms as cells from the Latin word cellulae, which means small rooms. A cell is made up of tiny organs called organelles that perform specific functions. They are called organelles because they are like little organs that have its own function. From what we discussed in the previous video, we learned that the cell is the basic unit of life. There are two kinds of cells, the plant cell and the animal cell. We will be differentiating both types of cells, but for now, let's talk about its parts and functions first. While cells differ in size and shape, most of them have common structures. The cells of animals, plants, and related organisms have three basic structures: the cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. The cell membrane, also known as the plasma membrane, encapsulates the contents of the cell. It is like a fence or acts as a gatekeeper to protect the cell from the outside environment. It also controls what materials can go in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is made up of two layers of phospholipids or phospholipid bilayer. The nucleus houses deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA for short, which is the hereditary material that carries genetic instructions in all living things. It also houses various proteins and the nucleolus. It is considered as the brain of the cell because it directs all the activities of the cell. The cytoplasm is where all the organelles are located and has a jelly-like fluid. It is the material between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Alright, so let's move on to the organelles. The first organelle we're going to discuss is the mitochondrion, or mitochondria in plural form. It is one of the largest organelles within a cell. It is also known as the powerhouse of the cell, since it is where the energy of the cell, the adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for short, is produced. Next, we have the ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny organelles like dots that contain ribonucleic acid, or RNA, and specific proteins within the cytoplasm. Within the cell, ribosomes are directly involved in the manufacture of proteins. Another organelle is the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER for short. There are two types of ER, the smooth ER and the rough ER. The smooth ER is named so because it lacks ribosomes in its surface. However, the rough ER is the opposite. Since the rough ER has ribosomes, it is involved in the manufacture of proteins in the cell. The rough ER also helps in the transportation of proteins. On the other hand, the smooth ER is involved in the synthesis of lipids, like phospholipids, which are used to build the cell membrane. Other functions of the smooth ER include metabolism of carbohydrates, enzyme production in the liver, and contraction of muscle cells in the muscles. Another organelle is the Golgi apparatus. It is responsible for transporting, modifying, and packaging proteins and lipids into vesicles for delivery to targeted destinations. It is located in the cytoplasm, next to the endoplasmic reticulum, and near the cell nucleus. While many types of cells contain only one or several Golgi apparatus, plant cells can contain hundreds. Did you know that cells also produce waste? In the cytoplasm, structures called lysosomes contain chemicals that digest waste and worn out or damaged cell parts. Lysosomes act as the waste disposal system of the cell by digesting obsolete or unused materials in the cytoplasm. Thus, lysosomes are also called suicidal bags of the cell. Lastly, we have the vacuole. A vacuole may be described as a space inside a cell that does not contain cytoplasm. It is surrounded by a membrane and filled with fluid. Vacuoles store various molecules including enzymes, waste products of the cell, water, and even food material depending on the type of cell. Both plant and animal cells contain membrane-bound organelles like the nucleus and mitochondria. However, plant cells and animal cells do not look exactly the same or have all of the same organelles since each of them have different needs. So, how are plant and animal cells similar or different? Why do plant and animal cells have differences? Plant and animal cells differ because they have to perform different functions. Both animal and plant cells have mitochondria, but only plant cells have chloroplast. Plants don't get their sugar from eating food, so they need to make sugar with the help of the sunlight. This process, known as photosynthesis, takes place in the chloroplast. Once the sugar is made, it is then broken down by the mitochondria to make energy for the cell. Because animals get sugar from the food they eat, they do not need chloroplast, just mitochondria. Both plant and animal cells have vacuoles. A plant cell contains a large singular vacuole that is used for storage and maintaining the shape of the cell. In contrast, animal cells have many smaller vacuoles. Not seen in this illustration is the vacuole of the animal cell. Both plant and animal cells have a cell membrane, but only plant cells have a cell wall. In plant cells, the cell wall surrounds the cell membrane. This gives the plant cell its box-like shape. This also allows plants to remain strong and stand upright even if they grow to great heights. Lysosomes are found in nearly every animal cell. They are common in animal cells because when animal cells take in or absorb food, they need the enzymes found in lysosomes to digest and use the food for energy. On the other hand, lysosomes are not commonly found in plant cells. Lysosomes are not needed in plant cells because they have cell walls that are tough enough to keep large or foreign substances that lysosomes would usually digest out of the cell. Lastly, we have the centrosome. The centrosome is a microtubule organizing center found near the nuclei of animal cells. It contains a pair of centrioles, two structures that lie perpendicular to each other. The centrosome replicates itself before a cell divides, and the centrioles appear to have some role in pulling the duplicated chromosomes to opposite ends of the dividing cell. However, the exact function of the centrioles in cell division isn't clear, because cells that have had the centrosome removed can still divide, and plant cells, which lack centrosomes, are capable of cell division. Alright, as a recap, here are all the organelles that we talked about. The three basic components of the cell are the cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. Within the cytoplasm are the organelles, which are the mitochondria, ribosomes, smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, and not seen in the illustration of the animal cell is the vacuole. Those are the very basic organelles of the cell. Now here is a table comparing the structures found in the plant and animal cell. Plant cells have a large singular vacuole, while animal cells have many smaller vacuoles. Plant cells have chloroplasts in a cell wall, while animal cells don't. Lysosomes are rarely present in plant cells, but are present in almost every animal cell. And lastly, animal cells have a centrosome, while plant cells do not. Alright, that's all for now. We will be talking about sexual and asexual reproduction in our next lesson. See you on our next video, and don't forget to keep your minds busy! If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification icon for more videos like this.
Now, for me to know that you really listen carefully to the video, so let's have a game which is entitled as Hi, Ansel, Do You Know Me? So, basically the instructions here, you're going to identify the organelle based on the given function on the slide. You only have 10 seconds to answer it. And at the same time, each correct answer is equivalent to 2 points. So make sure that you're going to comment below the correct answer for you to have the points. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, let's start. Number 1, the basic unit of life. What is the correct answer? Cell or atom? Okay, time's up. The correct answer is cell. Okay, very good to those students who get the correct answers. Next. Okay, next, the control center of the cell. What is the correct answer? Nucleus or nucleolus? Okay, the correct answer is nucleus. Next. Number 3, help in the synthesis of the proteins. What is the correct answer? Lysosomes or ribosomes? The correct answer is, okay, ribosomes. So very good to those students who got the correct answer. So good job. Responsible for sorting and correctly shaping of the different proteins from ER. What is the correct answer? Golgi apparatus or mitochondria? The correct answer is Golgi apparatus. Okay, very good. It is used for storage of food and water, vacuole or vesicle. The correct answer is vacuole. Okay, very good. Next. Largest organ or the cell that holds the other organelles. Cytoplasm or vacuole. The correct answer is cytoplasm. Very good. Helps break down large molecules into smaller ones. Lysosomes or centrioles. Okay, very good. We have the lysosomes. Next. Number 8. Decides who will enter and exit the cell. The correct answer is cell membrane or cytoskeleton. We have the cell membrane. Very good. Next. Number 9. Can only be found in animal cell. Cell wall or centrioles. The correct answer is centrioles. Okay. And lastly, number 10. The powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria or cytoskeleton. The correct answer is mitochondria. Very good. So basically, the game that we have today is on your module. So it is in page number 5. So make sure that you will still answer that activity, and at the same time will perfect that because we already did it in our online class. Okay? For our next activity, we're going to compare and contrast animal cell and plant cell according to the presence and absence of a certain organelles. And we're going to do that in a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram shows relationships between the among sets or group of objects that have something in common. It uses two circles that overlap with one another. The common things are found in the overlapping area, while the differences are in the non-overlapping areas. Using the information that you have gathered from the video and at the same time from the figures number 1 and 2, construct a Venn diagram of plant and animal cell on a space provided below on your module. Page number 5. Label the overlapping and non-overlapping areas. Okay, now that you have finished answering the module or the activity in your module, which is the Venn diagram, so let's have now the process questions. So basically, you already know the differences between an animal cell and a plant cell according to presence and absence of a certain organelles. Now, a plant and animal consists of cell. Why do you think we need to study a cell? So again, I want you to comment your answer on our FB page or FB Live today. I'm going to check and at the same time read one answer from your classmates. Okay. According to Divine, we need to study cell because all organism is composed of cell. A plant is composed of cell and an animal is composed of cell. And a living thing will not be called a living thing if they don't have a cell. Okay, very good. That is why cell is considered as the basic unit of life. Okay, very good, Nicole. So actually, that is the complete and correct answer to that question. So, why do we need to study cell? Because basically, cell is the one who composes, or the cell is the one who makes up an organism. And that is why, if we don't have cell, then there is no organism. And without organism, there is no humanity. What are the organelles that can only be found in plant cell and at the same time can only be found in animal cell? So I want you to comment your answer now. Okay, let's see. According to Stella said that the only organelle that you can find or found in animal cell is the large or small vacuole and at the same time centrosome or centrioles. While in plant cell, it's chloroplast and cell wall. Okay, very good. Okay, basically Stella's answer is correct because plant cell and animal cell have these differences in terms of organelles. Plant cell consists of cell wall and chloroplast. Cell wall is the one who protects the plant cell. And at the same time, chloroplast is the one who helps the plants to create their own food. While on the other hand, animal cell consists of centrioles and small vacuoles. In terms of shape, what is the shape of plant cell and what is the shape of animal cell? So let's see your answers. Okay, the first one, according to Nicole, the shape of a plant cell is rectangular shape and at the same time the shape of animal cell is circular or oblong shape? Okay, very good, Nicole. Okay, actually in terms of shape, that is correct. There are differences. Plant cell is in a rectangular shape, while animal cell is in circular or oblong shape. So there are different in terms of shape. Now that we all know that all organism is composed of cell, and even us is composed of cell, that is why it is our duty, it is our task to take good care of our cell and at the same time our body. Because without taking good care of our body, it will cause danger and at the same time death to a certain organism. And that is why also we need to study cell. That is the importance that we need to study cell. Because our body as humans is composed of a cell. And we can have an organ or tissue without a cell.
It is very important today that we take good care of our cell because cell is the one who invade or destroy the COVID-19. And to do that, we must ensure that we do this regularly. Wear mask and face shield every time you go outside. Always make sure to observe proper social distancing. Take vitamin C every day. It is good to boost your immune system. Have a healthy lifestyle. Wash your hands properly and regularly. Lastly, spread good vibes and good mental health.
So before we end our discussion for today, so this is your assignment. Number 1, on your own, draw a plant cell and animal cell based on your own creativity. And number 2, read in advance about the difference between asexual and sexual reproduction. So to formally close our online session for today, so I want to remind everyone to please answer all the activities inside your module and at the same time the evaluation or the assessment in your module. Because basically, all your grades will be came from on your module. Okay? And also don't forget, have fun learning!